Hunter Biden reaching a plea deal with federal prosecutors over tax and gun charges as House Republicans warn it won't derail their investigations into the Biden family. Oversight Committee Chair James Comer is vowing now to push forward with his investigation into Hunter's business deals as the House Judiciary Committee plans its own set of hearings looking at Hunter. And as part of this agreement, Hunter will plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of failing to pay his income tax. He will also admit to separate felony firearm offenses, and Hunter faces fines of up to $25,000. He also agreed to a pretrial diversion agreement for the gun charge, which I assume is like a pretrial intervention. He allegedly lied on a gun form in 2018, saying that he was not a user or he was not addicted. And remember, he also was discharged from the Navy in 2014 for testing positive to cocaine, and then probation for tax violations, and unlikely to serve any time in prison, I guess because of who he is. Anyone else charged with these type of gun charges usually serves time behind bars. But let's walk over here. We have Matt Whitaker with us, the former acting Attorney General. Good morning to you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Most people who are facing these types of charges, like I understand the tax charges. He didn't pay $100,000 in 2017, $100,000 in 2018. He paid it. That's over and done with. But the gun charges, when you hear of these rappers like Kodak Black, who lied on his form and had to spend time behind bars, and then you look at Hunter Biden, is it because of his last name?
I think it has to be. I was 5.5 years as a U.S. attorney, and we put people in jail for this crime. And, the ATF has a zero tolerance policy. The DOJ and Joe Biden have been trying to reduce gun violence by cracking down on felons in possession, by drug dealers in possession, and even, form mistakes by FFLs, which are the firearm licensed firearms dealers. And so, as I look at this case, we now appears have a royal family where, the king and the children of the king and the princess can do whatever they want, while the rest of America, including poor black children, can't commit these types of crimes and avoid prison. It's an exceptional deal.
Right. His attorney was talking about fairness. Listen to this.
The prosecutors are not asking for jail time. Are you concerned that the judge here might freelance?
I think, look, there are documents that haven't been publicly released yet. I think people have reported what the prosecutors are asking for. I think the judge is going to do what's fair. And I think what's fair is, my client gets on with his life.
A judge still has to accept this plea deal, right? Will that happen?
Yeah, and if I'm the judge, I would say this is an extraordinary deal. This judge has probably never seen a deal that's so lenient on a defendant for these types of charges.
Even though he's clean now.
Well, I mean, then that's, we should all celebrate that. Mm-hmm. But, all of us, because our founding fathers didn't create a royal family, they created citizens, all of us should have equal justice under the law. And we shouldn't have a case like Hunter Biden that's so exceptional. So I expect the judge will have a lot of questions.
Well, no matter what the judge says, can his dad pardon him?
Of course. The president's pardon power is absolute under the Constitution. But obviously the optics of all this, they want it to look like Hunter Biden is paying a price, but he doesn't have to go to jail. Right.
Okay, well, this Florida judge has set a trial date for the Trump classified document case for August 14th. Many were speculating that date would be pushed back because they wanted to wait till maybe after the election. Right. Are you surprised?
This is the first trial calendar setting, and so it's going to be within the speedy trial window. So this is about as late as she could have set it, and comply with the Constitution and the laws. Now, I expect that the Trump team will ask for an extension and will be granted because, as you know, it's bumping right up against the primary calendar, including the first debate that Fox News is having. Right.
Will he be able to keep bumping it until after the election?
I think they will give a date that they think they can get prepared, considering that the president has the campaign running. So I would expect, in my experience, that it probably will go well beyond August, maybe even into 2024 or 2025.
We'll be watching. Thank you so much, Matt. Great to see you in person.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.